my wife and I love to do, put the canoe on the car and hit these ponds that we have here on Long Island. You know, everybody thinks of Long Island as just saltwater fishing. We have a tremendous amount of ponds, and I love fishing for bluegills, crappie, bass, pickerel. My wife is just really enjoys it, and we have a lot to do. But I love to tie my flies, so I tie this small little popper that we use. It works fabulously, and it's very easy to tie, and it takes very little materials. So let's get to the vise and tie one. Well, as you can see, this is a very simple fly to start with. It's great for bluegills, bass, crappie, whatever you want. And it's easy to tie. It's so very easy to tie. We're going to use this is a short shanked streamer hook. This is size 6, but you could do it in 8 or 4. And the thread I'm going to use, because I'm going to crank down, is actually red 210 denier. So first thing I do is I'm going to put my thread base down. Cut it. Now, simple ingredients: marabou, little foam, rubber legs, and some yarn. First thing I did was I put down a thread base. I'm going to take my marabou, and I like to wet my marabou only because it makes it a little bit easier to handle. When it dries, it comes right out. So when I wet it, it looks like that. It makes it easier to tie in. I'm going to cut off a little piece, measure it out, wrap down, and tie it in, just like that. Then what I do is I bring my thread forward, take a little piece of red yarn. I'm using red. You could use other colors too. But I'm going to take a little bit of red yarn, and I'm going to tie it in. And hold it. I'm going to wrap back right on top of the hook, and then bring my thread forward again. And I'm going to start wrapping my yarn. What this does, gives a little body for the foam to grab onto. And when I get to the front, I tie it off. Finish up tying. Okay. I bring my thread. Now I'm using red thread so it blends into the body just about halfway down. I'm going to take my foam disc, right. I'm not going to wrap it in the middle. I'm going to wrap it towards the back of the. And I'm just going to do a couple loose wraps, start tightening it, start tightening it, start tightening it. That's what it should look like. Now, I'm taking my rubber legs, and I'm going to put one on the far side, like that. and one on the near side. Like that. Then I'm going to take, and I'm using a whip finish tool. And I am just going to do a few turns like that. Pull it up. And cut it. Brush out my marabou, it'll dry quicker. And I'm going to put a little bit of head cement. And let it dry. And I'll tell you, this is a simple fly. I could easily tie this. It takes me minutes to tie it. It is very productive. My wife likes using them, easy to cast, and it takes very little materials. So give it a try. As you can see, this was a very simple fly to tie, and I can't wait to get out onto those ponds and fish. Now, what ponds? Well, it's very easy. The DEC puts out this brochure that you can either go online and order one or stop it in the shop and pick up one. It's free. It has a listing of all the ponds we have. We have mill ponds and kettle ponds, and they're loaded with warm water fish. My wife loves going out there fishing these little poppers that we tied. It is a lot of fun. So get out there where you can. Stop it in the shop, pick up your copy, and tight lines.